Good morning, friends. It's Monday, February 10th, and I thought that I would start yet another weekly vlog. Hopefully, this one won't be as long as the last one I just posted. um, but anyway, the Book Lovers Readathon is over now. So while I still have a few books to read for the remainder of February, I feel like I can take it a little easier this time. So I'm off to work, but let me pull out for you what my plans for the day are. So I started the Bromance Book Club by Lissa K. Adams for the Book Lovers Readathon, but we didn't get it done. I am buddy reading this with Sarah from Steeped in Books. So we talked yesterday, and we think that we are going to try to finish it by Tuesday. So I'm going to try to get a big chunk of this done today on my breaks. And then if I need like a change, I'm going to read in Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. This is the group read for the Historathon that I am going to be trying to participate in, even though at this point I did read one thing that I'm counting for it, and that was The Girl in the Tower, which was set in medieval Russia. And this is set in Spain, so I am going to definitely try to get through this. It's pretty thick, but at the same time, the chapters, or the style of it is written in such a way that I don't think that it's going to take long to read. So I'm going to start on this today, definitely, at some point. Also, I need to get caught up on my War and Peace reading, because I originally set kind of a deadline for myself of every other Wednesday I would post a discussion video. And I am behind in volume 3, and so I want to try to get volume 3 done by Wednesday. So yeah, I'm going to head to work now, and I will check in with you when I have read something. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. It is the 11th of February, and I am just updating you on what I read yesterday. I actually got through a lot of volume 3 of War and Peace, and it is my goal today to finish volume 3, or at least get really close, because I really want to put up my volume 3 discussion video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Thursday. But I kind of had set a schedule for myself and anyone who was joining me in this, so I really should put something up. So, and I don't know that it is going to be a really in-depth review, because, or discussion, because, spoiler alert, this volume has been a little bit of a struggle bus for me and for Tara, my buddy read partner. So some things are happening that I enjoy, but it is a lot of philosophy in this section, and that is not my thing. So it's been a little bit of a hard time trying to focus on it. So, but whatever. At least I got a lot of it read, and I plan to listen to it a lot today. The other thing that I read a lot of today, or yesterday, was the Bromance Book Club. And I'm not finished with it yet, but it is a really, really quick read. So I think that it is possible for me to get it done today if I kind of prioritize it. So this book it's really cute, actually. And so far it has been relatively clean. So I don't think that it will be, I mean, I've heard that there's spicy scenes in it, but we haven't really gotten too far into that yet. So, I mean, there's a few little things that they go into, but it's right now the couple is pretty much arguing the whole time. So there's not really a lot of, sexy times, because they aren't enjoying each other. So, but the thing, I'm buddy reading this with Sarah from Steeped in Books, who reads a lot more romance than I do. And but we have both been kind of laughing at some of the scenarios that are occurring, like the romance trope of miscommunication, because we both were like, this all could have been solved and it wouldn't have gone this far if they just would have conversations. But the lady in this just doesn't even want to talk to her husband, and she just wants it to be done, and she doesn't want to talk to him. And it's very annoying. I mean, I'm not married, but I have had relationships before, and communication is like 101. Like, it's just, I don't know. So that's been a little bit tough for me to wrap my head around. But Sarah assures me that that is kind of a traditional trope to use in romance, and that not to take it too seriously. It's just a plot device. So, and I was like, yeah, I know. I just we both do not like this woman at all. So, but the section that I just read, it seems like she's turning the corner, and I might be able to like her a little bit more, maybe now. So we'll see what happens today. But honestly, War and Peace and Romance Book Club, getting that finished today, are my main goals. I also need to finish the play Antony and Cleopatra that I am buddy reading with Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading. She actually finished it yesterday. I still have 3 acts to go. So I'm a little bit behind because I kind of forgot about it with the Book Lovers Readathon last week. So I kind of got got sidetracked from that. So, but that's one that I am listening to an audiobook for it, but I also need to have the play in front of me. So, I might just, I only have like the complete works of Shakespeare that's like this big. So I might have to wait until this evening to sit down and try to read that. So we'll see what happens. But those are my plans for today. I will try to catch up with you later tonight. Hello, friends. It is now Tuesday night, and I actually finished something. And I'm going to hold this up, even though it does not tell you anything. But this is my little Kindle, and I just finished Antony and Cleopatra by William Shakespeare on it. This was a lot easier for me to hold up than my big complete works of Shakespeare. But what I did with this is I listened to a BBC radio broadcast of this play, and then read along with it in that, which was nice because, yeah, all I have before I did that was my big complete works of Shakespeare, which is way too big. So I finished that, and I really actually enjoyed it a lot. My friend Jason said that it is considered a problem play, which I can see why. But I'm not really going to talk about this here, about my Shakespeare reading that I want to do, because I have something in the works for later in the year. So I'm just trying to get through some of the Shakespeare that I've never read. But yeah, but I really enjoyed that one. It's definitely part history, part tragedy, part romance. uh, there's really no comedy. So, but yeah, it was delightful and over dramatic, and I liked it a lot. So now I think that I am going to watch some BookTube for a while, and I was going to make some cookies, but I feel like maybe I'll wait on that. I don't know. We'll see. But if I do, I will show you. Not the same cookies that I made in my last week's vlog. These are just, like Duncan Hines chocolate chip cookies. But I was cleaning out my pantry and I found them. I was like, oh, yeah, I need to make these. So, but yeah, I digress. And then after I kind of unwind from the day, I am going to read some more of the Bromance Book Club and try try to get that done tonight. I don't know if I will, but I'll try. So, all right, I will check in with you later. Good morning, friends. It's Wednesday, and I stayed up super late last night. Well, 11:30, but for me on a weekday, that's super late. Whoops, this is upside down. I finished the Bromance Book Club at 11:30 last night. Definitely, it's one of those books that is like, once you get so far, you're like, oh, now I got to know what's going to happen next. Now I got to know what they're going to get into next. And not so much like the, I'm going to put this in air quotes, romance aspect of it, meaning the sexy times. I actually kind of skimmed over those parts. But just like the outcome and the actual plot between the husband and wife was really, it got good in the last, probably fourth of the book. So I gave this 4 stars, actually. I really enjoyed it. I felt myself very invested in what happened with this couple. I was very invested in some of my feelings towards the characters in this book. I feel like if it's a book that's going to keep me up till 11:30 on a work night, then it deserves 4 stars. Even though I did not like the sister in this book at all, ever, and I didn't like the wife for most of the book, but obviously because this is a romance, she got better. But for most of the book, I thought, oh my gosh, are you kind of annoying? But hold on. I'm getting a bunch of texts. Hold on. Okay, friends, sorry. It was a weird few minutes where I was coddling someone and making sure that they knew that I would be fine if they took another day off work because they have the flu. All right, so my plan for today, since I finished the Bromance Book Club, is first to finish the 3rd volume of War and Peace, and then I also need to get back to bad lighting. Fountains of Silence by Rita Sepeti for the Historathon. It's the group read, and I only made it I don't even think 30 pages in before I got involved in all these other books. So I need to dig into that some more. But, and then I'm picking up 4 books at the library today. Oh my gosh, what am I doing to myself? So, all right, I will talk to you when I get these books from the library to let you know what my plans are for the rest of the month, which is only 2 weeks, and I just gave myself 4 more books. Oh boy. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, friends. It's been a little while. It's now Friday, and I didn't update you the last couple of days, I think, mainly because I read a total of 30 pages yesterday, and so nothing really needed to be said. So, since finishing Bromance Book Club and Antony and Cleopatra, I have had a library haul, and I started to get more into Fountains of Silence by Rita Sepeti for the Historathon. And I am now about 60-some pages in. It's actually a really quick read. I just need to actually have time and brain power to sit down with it. It's kind of a it's not a happy book, let's say. So it's a little bit harrowing to get through, I suppose, but nothing horrible has happened yet. But I anticipate that it will. but yeah, it looks really huge, but the font is pretty big, and yeah. So I tabbed out for the next 7 days because I have 7 days until it needs to go back to the library. So for the next 7 days, I have to read about 66 pages a day in this. So I'm already behind, but I have a feeling this weekend I will get a lot more read. So My book haul isn't a ton, but it's something. So the first book I forgot to pick up to bring over to my chair here, but is Howard's End by E.M. Forster. I am going to be buddy reading this with Joe Smith starting this weekend. So I have a desire to read all of E.M. Forster's books, and Joe said it's been a while since she has read any of his books, so she and I are going to read it. And it's actually a fairly short book. I think I probably will listen to it on audiobook for the most part, but I like to have the physical book with me to count pages, and also like if I feel like I'm missing something, it's nice to have. So anyway, let's get on to the rest of them. Whoop, upside down. The next book I picked up was Brown Girl Dreaming by Jacqueline Woodson. We are getting towards middle grade March, which is very exciting to me. And since it is Black History Month, I thought I should definitely pick something up. And I noticed that I didn't have any, people of color authors on my TBR for this month. Inadvertently, I didn't mean to do that, but so I wanted to at least have one book. So I picked up this middle grade, and it apparently is about Jacqueline Woodson. It's like a autobiography. Why couldn't I spit that out? About growing up in post Jim Crow South, and it's written in verse, so it should be pretty quick. And I've found that I like some books written in verse, especially if they're middle grade, because I'm not a poetry person, so it's nice whenever it's kind of easier, free verse kind of things. So I'm excited to get to that, and I think I will this weekend. And the next pick is also a middle grade, and it is, sorry for my lighting, Until Tomorrow, Mr. Marsworth. And I'm picking this one up for Historathon as well, because Amanda at the Curly Reader has talked about this and recommended it for the bingo board. I think there is, oh yeah, there's a man on the cover. See that man? And that's one of the bingo board prompts. So this is also middle grade and focuses on this little girl, and her neighbor is, I think, a World War II veteran. I might be wrong about that, but he's a war veteran, whatever war it was. But so it's just him, I guess, sending her letters and talking to her about his experiences. And the last one, I'm not going to hold up because it's big, but it's also probably technically still middle grade, or at least young adult. So hold on, I'll flip you around and show you. I picked up the second book in the Harry Potter Illustrated editions, The Chamber of Secrets, and I am trying to follow along with Tom at Tom Reads Things for his year-long read-along, or well, not year-long because there's only 7 books, but almost like half a year read-along. And I read the first illustrated edition last month and really, really enjoyed reading it that way. So I'm excited to get into this one. It looks like a similar style, maybe. I think you know what, I didn't even look to see if it was the same illustrator as the first one. But if you know, let me know, because this looks like similar, but not quite as like painty, I guess is the word I'm looking for, like watercolory as the first one. So I don't know if it's the same illustrator or not, but I'm excited. So yes, that is my haul for the rest of February. I've added a couple of books to my already extensive February TBR, but I'm confident because they're middle grade, the 2 that I added. And yeah, and really, I mean, if I don't get to them this month, I'm not going to push myself. But I definitely wanted to get to Brown Girl Dreaming for Black History Month. So I'll definitely read that one. But I have a feeling I'll get to them all because they're not like really, they don't look like tough reads. So, but then I also have to finish War and Peace. So, but I think I only have 280 more pages in War and Peace to go. So, I did not put up my discussion video yet for volume 3. I hopefully will do that this weekend too. We'll see. Lots of things to do, but I haven't had time this week. So, but I need to process my thoughts on volume 3. So, and probably look up some information on what happened, because there was a lot of philosophical stuff in volume 3 that I kind of glossed over. I'm not going to lie. So, but all right, friends, I need to finish my coffee and get to work. I will talk to you later. Hello, bye. Friends. It is now Sunday, and I just realized that I never finished this vlog. So, really, there hasn't been a whole heck of a lot to say. I have been tracking my reading, and Thursday I read about a total of 30 pages in Fountains of Silence. Then I think on Friday I probably read about that much. And maybe a little bit more. But then yesterday I did read a fair amount. So let me talk to you about what I read yesterday, even though I still haven't finished anything yet. So I started Brown Girl Dreaming, and as I thought, it is a very quick read because it is written in verse and it is a middle grade. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm about 100 pages in, and I think there's maybe like 300 some pages. It's basically just Jacqueline Woodson's life from an early age. Actually, I think it starts the day she was born. And just kind of talks about her family life and, growing up in post Jim Crow South and during the 60s, during like the civil rights movement and everything. She was quite young at that point, but it was something that she experienced. And then also living in Ohio, and I haven't quite gotten there yet, but I think she moves to New York City eventually with her mother. And all her brothers and sisters and her grandparents and just all the people that are involved in her life that she talks about. And it's really good. I really am enjoying it. I suppose just because of the verse format of this book, I don't feel like super connected to anybody. I keep wondering, like, one thing that happens to her is her parents separate or divorce. I'm assuming they divorce, and Jacqueline's mother takes all the children to the South to live with her parents, and it's like years until they ever see their father again. And I just kind of would want to know why. It never really goes into their relationship, which I guess it wouldn't, because it's from Jacqueline's childhood point of view. And hopefully they kind of hid their problems somewhat from their children. But just to leave and go to a different state, like a long way off, and then never see your children again. And I know this is a real story, so that like makes me feel really sad for the whole family. What was the deal? Why didn't he come to visit? Why didn't they go to visit him? Just kind of, that's kind of the thing that's kind of been sticking in me through this whole book. So but I mean, it is somebody's real life, so it's not like I could say, well, this characterization was bad, because it actually happened to this woman and her family. So, it's heartbreaking to know that that's something that happened to her family. So, but so far, enjoying this. It's a 3-star for me at this point, but hopefully it'll pick up a little bit more. Sorry, my neighbors are being loud. Next, I started Howard's End by E.M. Forster. I am buddy reading this with Joe Smith, a frequent commenter that everyone on BookTube loves. And so far, we've only gotten about 6 chapters in, but I am really enjoying it. And I just listened to Joe's messages, and she really thinks it's funny too. She pulled out a lot more things to talk about than I did, but yeah, so far I just really it's the E.M. Forster style that I really like. He's funny and um, just has great character studies and just humorous situations that are happening with these people. And it's going to be a family drama, but I feel like there's comedy that's going to definitely be involved. And so far, pretty much everybody seems like they're ridiculous, except for why am I blanking on her name? Margaret. Yes, Margaret. She seems like the down to earth one, and I relate to her a lot more than to her sister Helen, who is the flighty one who gets herself involved with men that she shouldn't and that probably don't really feel the same about her as she thinks that they do. So, which is funny, but that's I'm much more of the Margaret practical one. So, but yes, so far this is really good. I think I'm really gonna like it. And then I started volume 4 of War and Peace, and I did not put up a volume 3 video this week. I still might, because I can put it up late. But I might put it up next Wednesday, actually. But I just didn't really feel like I had a lot to say about volume 3. So I feel like I might just lump it in with my wrap up of the, you know, entire book that I'm going to do at the end of the month. I feel like just the philosophizing in volume 3 was a little bit too much for me, and I just glossed over a lot of it. Um, Towards the end of volume 3, it started to get more interesting, and in volume 4, it's very interesting. It's back to being very dramatic. And Pierre has gotten himself into a lot of scrapes, and and things are happening with Natasha and Maria and Sonia and their love interests. So yes, it's getting very good again. So I think I will have a lot more to say in a wrap up video for this. So I just decided we're just gonna leave volume 3 where it is, and we'll pick it up when I talk about the book as a whole. That'll probably work out better at this point. That is what I plan to read for the rest of today. I need to read my sections in Fountain of Silence, and that is going really well also. And the intrigue just keeps happening in that book, and I want to know things. So I'm going to cough, so I'm going to have a beer. Hold on. So yeah, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what secret Anna is hiding and how Nick is involved in this stuff, and just like what's gonna happen with Daniel and Puri. She's an interesting one. She seems so innocent right now, but I think she's going to have a big part in the overall action of this story. I just keep waiting for her to do things. So she's quietly like finding things out right now, and I feel like she just is gonna turn into something, for good or bad. I'm not sure, but something's gonna happen with that girl. So anyway, friends, I am going to end this vlog here, and I will hopefully continue to vlog next week so that I can keep myself accountable with the things that I am going to try to finish reading. Since it's Sunday, I need to film a short clip for a video that I'm doing with somebody else, and I was going to possibly film a mid-month wrap up, but I think I'll just use this as that. and and I need to do my middle grade March TBR. I need to do my March Mystery Madness TBR. I need to do my, oh, what the heck else? Irish Readathon TBR. So I think I actually will just do a March TBR because I think that I'm going to have to fit a lot of books into multiple readathons. My friend Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading just posted a video about all of the things that happen in March and how BookTube just seems to explode with readathons in March, and she's not wrong. she's I I was like, oh, March will be so easy, and then I totally forgot that the Irish readathon was going to happen. Totally forgot about March Mystery Madness, and totally forgot about March of the Mammoths. And I was only focusing on middle grade March, and I was like, yeah, that'll be easy. So easy. I'll just read all the kids' books. It's fine. And then all those things happened, and I was like, oh, but I want to participate in all of those too. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I have ideas of books I want to read for all of those. So we'll see if that actually occurs. But for now, I'm going to finish my lunch, which you can't see other than you saw my beverage of choice. It's a Christmas beer. I've had this for a while. So, but it's tasty, and it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna finish my lunch, and then since I actually put on makeup today, I'm going to go film. So I'll talk to you later, friends. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you soon. Bye.